Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Never one to miss an opportunity to have a go at his old pal Nicola Sturgeon. Alex Salmond is saying that Humza Yousaf should follow his example, Alex Salmond's example, rather than Nicola Sturgeon's example. He's saying he should be open, honest and transparent rather than sort of insidiously sleek it, snide and avoiding scrutiny like Nicola Sturgeon. And I think that's a bit rich coming from Alex Salmond. But, you know, he is right in the respect of be open and honest. Don't be like anything like Nicola Sturgeon, because who the hell would ever want to be anything like Nicola Sturgeon? I think even Nicola Sturgeon doesn't like being Nicola Sturgeon because she's such an obnoxious person. She must be full of self-loathing and think, God, if I met myself, I'd hate me. But, there again, she is a politician. She's probably very narcissistic and thinking that she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. She's not. Anyway, we'll take a quick look at this story, see what Alex Salmond is saying, because, give him a fair do. If he's launching one in on Nicola Sturgeon, I think it's only fair for us to report on it. Here goes. Now, I must play fair and I must stay aloof of these things. We all know Alex Salmond is by no way this elder statesman of Scottish politics, like he's trying to manoeuvre himself into being. He's trying to say that he was always someone that everyone admired, regardless of their politics. He played fair. He never did anything wrong. Far from it. Alex Salmond was as bad as all the rest of them. He also was a wee sleeky, snidey, person. We won't deny that. However, and I certainly am not going to make him the elder statesman of Scottish politics, this wise old head or anything. However, for the purposes of what we do, anyone who's having a go at Nicola Sturgeon, anyone who's criticising Nicola Sturgeon is, for a very short period at least, on the side of the angels. So we will give him this one. And I'm not letting him off the hook, but we'll give him this one. Anyway, Alex Salmond accuses Nicola Sturgeon of dodging scrutiny as he questioned the COVID WhatsApp deletions. The Labour Party leader took a pop at his former protégé and said Humza Yousaf should look to follow his example instead of hers in government. And he's probably right. And look, happy days. Look, he's thinking, I hate you. And she's thinking, I'm having your job. And that is basically what's going on there. They're pretending to smile for the camera, but inside, both of them loathe the other person. They absolutely loathe them. Oh, look, she's wearing a pearl necklace. That'll probably be the only time that happens. Alex Salmond has taken a swipe at his former protégé Nicola Sturgeon over the COVID WhatsApp message scandal currently engulfing the Scottish Government. Currently engulfing the SNP generally. None of them do it. None of them want to keep anything. None of them want to be scrutinised because they're so awful, aren't they? Ms Sturgeon has refused to confirm or deny whether she destroyed messages sent on the app during the pandemic after they were requested by the UK COVID inquiry. And her refusal, as we know, means yes, she completely has destroyed them. But she can't say that because it means going to jail. The SNP government eventually handed over 14,000 carefully vetted, sifted and filtered messages from officials this week. But questions remain as to how many were wiped from phones. The likes of Humza Yousaf and Kate Forbes have claimed they kept all their correspondence, but reports suggest Miss Sturgeon did not because she couldn't. She dared. Thing is, she can't admit that she's wiped them, jail, and she can't show them for what they are, longer jail, and she's sort of trying to dodge everything. The former First Minister insists she has nothing to hide, but her predecessor doesn't seem so sure. The Labour Party leader appeared to draw a distinction between his and Miss Sturgeon's administration, claiming his had focused on policies that helped ordinary Scots. And he said that the current Nat leader, Mr Yousaf, should try and follow his lead rather than Miss Sturgeon's, and he told The Sun, Nicola and her top people seem to have regarded WhatsApp as a device to avoid proper scrutiny by deletion. I think Alex Salmond's bang on. He went on. Transparent government claiming our successes and reflecting publicly on areas we had to improve was key to the success of the SNP administration. The first SNP administration, his one. Humza was a member of both my government and my successors, and he should now embrace lessons of the former and distance himself from the latter. But he can't. He's so tied up and tightly wound with Nicola Sturgeon. Just as Nicola Sturgeon was Alex Salmond's protégé, Humza Yousaf is hers. and she's made a right mess of it. And she's created a Ken doll with no balls who just does as he's told by, the people who absolutely loathe us. Details of over 130 WhatsApp chats were requested by the inquiry. Scottish ministers have insisted no decisions were made over the service. And if you believe that, I've got a camper van to sell you. But the bereaved family say they could give a vital insight into the decision-making process. Not if they've been deleted, but they can be retrieved. And of course, it's that retrieval process that worries Nicola Sturgeon, Jean Freeman, that whole cohort so very much. Because if they all get sort of put back in place and they're all presented to the inquiry and it becomes clear what they did, what they said and what the decisions were, then some people are likely to be going to jail for a long time. Perhaps, maybe, allegedly. Protect myself. Ms Sturgeon has claimed she cannot speak about whether her messages have been deleted as it is confidential in relation to the inquiry, although no restrictions are placed on witnesses. And indeed, the COVID inquiry itself said, no, you can talk about it. They actually came out and overtly said, it's fine, you can talk about it. There is no confidentiality agreement. Stop lying, Nicola. But of course, she can't stop lying. It's Nicola Sturgeon. That's all she does. And that's why Humza Yousaf, lies so much. She showed him the way, lie about everything, all the time, forever. He's not very good at it, though. And every time he opens his mouth, he lies. But then people say, that's a lie. And they prove it by going, look, that's a lie. You're lying again. Stop lying, Humza. Stop it. You're dealing with children, aren't you? Anyway, despite that, Mr Yousaf insists he kept his. And he said on Monday he found an old phone, conveniently, by magic, with messages on it. Only because he knew that jail was not a good look for someone who wants to be Prime Minister. Or First Minister, my apologies. Anyway, speaking to the press last week, Ms Sturgeon said she had nothing to hide. And we know that's bullshit. And added, I gave all mine to the management of the pandemic. I gave my all to the management of the pandemic. Yeah, she gave all, did she? Yeah. Let's go and do what can we do? What can we do? What can we make politically out of this? She was saying, and she did. She said, transparency for the families everybody affected by the pandemic matters really a lot to me, she said, and lied. I did my best every day, and as you heard me say many times, over the course of the pandemic, I did not get everything right. You got nothing right. We proved that yesterday when the statistician, this Cambridge professor, said that Scotland did far, far worse than England. And I will point out a correction that was pointed out. I said there was a 13% difference. I meant a 13 percentage point difference. It doesn't sound much, but it is a major difference in tone of what was said. I was corrected. I stand and I acknowledge the correction. I won't get it wrong again, sir. Promise. Anyway, there we go. So I shall come up, round off, and we'll finish this video. But it goes to show that even Alex Salmond is having a go at her because he knows what she's like. He knows she's a terrible, awful liar all the time about everything. And he's saying, come clean, don't be like her. God, I loathe that woman. I mean, I don't like Alex Salmond, but I don't loathe him, But her, I wish all sorts of terrible things on her. Anyway, coming up. So yes, well done, Alec. For the duration of this video, we'll give you this. We're not letting you off the hook, of course, and if you open your mouth and say stupid things, we'll be jumping straight on you. Alba are no different really from the SNP, possibly only slightly less corrupt. Not much, but slightly better. Slightly saner, I'll put it that way as well. I don't think Alex Salmond is insane. Wrong, but that's a different argument for a different video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. And especially when you see even Alex Salmond thinks that Nicola Sturgeon is completely off her rocker over this issue. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I shall see you soon. Bye.